What's up?
Go. Just me and you. All right, let's talk.
Let's talk about how much I didn't like the book.
How did you not like the book?
Oh, so boring.
It's a fucking awesome book. All right, where else? I didn't make a Zoom link for this.
No, you didn't originally. I was about to post and complain.
All right, well, there's 2 minutes, so people should be ready to go. I'm seeing if anybody else is looking for me. It's like 45 people, so that over-under is going to be 10.
Oh, I think at least 10.
And then there'll be like a bunch of people drunk all night talking about other shit.
Yeah.
Where's Freed Mama? She's in charge.
She's probably trying to like read the last 3 pages of the book.
I need a hat. Oh.
Is that Nathan's Green Bay picture up there from '96?
That is the 96 Green Bay Packers, yeah. It's not Nathan's, by the way. And he's not really a, Packer fan, so to speak. I was born into it. Carrie Miller has joined my meeting.
Oh, that's me. I need a switch. Okay, hold on.
Carrie? I've never been to a book club before.
This would be my first also.
Yeah.
It's my first one too.
It just involves a lot of wine and girls bitching about stuff.
Well, good thing we got Tiff Turtle then. There's been like, can you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
It was probably my turn signal, sorry.
I think there's been like 30 gunshots outside today. It's like out of control. Can you hear it?
Those are gunshots? Holy shit.
Yeah.
But you're at 525, right?
525.
All right.
All right, we got Angela Johnson. We got Eric.
I can hear gunshots sometimes, but there's also like a gun club a couple miles away from me.
Yeah, there's no gun club.
Yeah.
We got Rachel B. Where the fuck's Freed Mama? She's in charge of this thing. We got Alex, Rachel. That's 10. That was the over-under. Steve.
Really, that was the over-under on such a great book?
Well, with the 44 people that said they were coming.
No, I got you. I'm just giving you a hard time.
And Angela, I think Angela should be the moderator, right? Because she
It's
picked the
not going to
book.
be me. I don't know what's going on.
Looks like she read the first page of the book, so she's probably the best candidate.
I don't know. Does anybody know who the person was that picked this as their Desert Island book?
I was wondering that because I have questions.
It was early on, wasn't it?
Well, how far up is it on the chart?
I think it was pretty high up when I looked the other day.
I mean, it's not completely chronological. Sometimes I went back. There's the moderator, finally. Did you read the book? She's muted. This is what Zoom court is like, except half of you are prisoners on your cell phone and you don't know how to mute. And so every time people join, they're like, hey, what? Hello? What? And the judge gets all mad and it's the whole thing. I was 4 hours of Zoom court today.
Except for everybody looks like they have shirts on, which apparently doesn't always happen in my husband's courtroom.
That's
So
true.
sometimes he has to tell people to put shirts on.
And then there's one window that's just jail. And they just bring the people forward. That's kind of fun. And,
Teaching kindergarten online sound a little better.
yeah, it's probably not that different when you think about it.
There's a lot of you're on mute.
Do you know, Angela, who picked this book?
No, I didn't look that up.
Nobody knows.
Who's got the spreadsheet?
I'm pulling it up. So I think you're going to be the moderator
Okay.
because you picked the book. And then you can do any format you want. Like people could just drink and not talk about the book. You could ask specific questions. We could have breakout groups. You could have exhibits, whatever you want to do. Just, enjoy. And then at the end, we're going to have a survey at the end. And we're going to rate Angela as a moderator.
Oh, that's not fair. So, did everyone read the book?
I read the book.
I listened to the book.
That counts.
Well, here's what I'm wondering. Since I didn't get the chance to read the book, I read it probably in 7th or 8th grade. And I skimmed a lot of it. I'm curious what people think, like a one-liner. If you had to give it a one-liner, Heather, and I know that you already shared yours, Kavi, on the Slack. What would it be for a one-liner to describe the book?
Yeah.
Quote or one line describing?
One-liner for the book, describing the book.
Don't mix the beer and the booze in the same jug.
Words to live by there, huh?
If you don't want people to throw parties in your house, try locking the door.
That's good advice.
Mine is just, it's a day in the life of an old canning town.
Oh, that's a ton.
Like that's like what would it like to live there? That's kind of like what I get out of it.
I'd say, how the hell do you keep 500 frogs alive in a bag?
500 frogs in a bag? Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say always, always leave the dead woman on the beach.
Good one.
That's it? Nobody else has one? My wife's not here, and her takeaway was, why would they throw the party at the Doc's house and not at the whorehouse? Which seemed like an appropriate place for the party.
They're conducting business at the whorehouse.
No, all the whores were at the fucking party.
No, they were rotating through. They were
Yeah, but don't they have like an
rotating
event
through.
now?
They're rotating through at the party, yeah. Every hour.
They have a big room for special events. They could have totally had a party at the whorehouse.
It's a perfect place to have it.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know there's a special room for special events, Jada?
Just I heard from a friend.
What I like most about the place, well, I like two things. First, I think that Steinbeck's really funny. I don't know that he's trying to be funny, but he makes me laugh a lot. And then the other thing is that it's interesting that there's this egalitarian society where everybody goes to the party together. We got the doctor, we got the whores, we got the homeless dudes. It seemed like everybody in town was friends and everybody kind of liked each other, because they were all in it together. I thought that was kind of neat.
So, of what I took away from the very little that I read was that I thought it was cool that the madam, Dora, that there was a description of her keeping around the old ladies that don't really produce anymore. And then I thought of my chickens. Like, she feeds them. They don't produce a whole lot. I'm like, that's what I do with my chickens. That's great. So it's kind of benevolent of Dora.
Keep the old ones.
Keep them around, feed them 3 squares.
I kept waiting for something to happen to Doc because he's clearly an alcoholic. I felt like that was built it kept building like a story, but it was constant, now he's having another drink. Now he's having another. Oh, he thinks about one. So he has another. And so I thought that was just building up to something that was going to happen to him. And he wasn't going to show up for the second party because something happened to him.
He had a lot of sandwiches too.
Was it because he drank that was he really seeing the dead woman on the beach, or was that because he drank a lot of beers and ate a lot of cheeseburgers on the way to wherever he was going?
Good question.
I thought it was because
they didn't get back to that. What was that about?
Yeah, they didn't.
That's the one takeaway. I was like, why? What is going on with this dead woman, and how is this relationship to Doc? What is the relationship, and why was he so affected? But they never went back to that.
No.
How many people that read it had never read it before?
I'd never read it before.
Neither.
I know.
Nope.
We're really raising the game of the fucking listeners of the show here. Classic literature. This is nice.
Oh, okay.
One in my life.
Someone was saying
Oh,
something.
I think Rob was.
Yeah, I was probably supposed to read it at some point in my life, maybe high school.
Yeah, it seems like everybody reads Of Mice and Men. They don't read this one.
Right.
Yeah.
I read The Red Pony. I never read Of Mice and Men. That was ours in our high school.
Yeah, we didn't read it in high school. I read it as an adult because I went to the Big Sur Marathon and I went through Canary Row and I was like, oh, wow, wonder what that's all about. And then I got the book and I really liked him. And then I read Of Mice and Men and I read Travels with Charlie. Travels with Charlie is my favorite one because Steinbeck got really old and then he decided to just do like one more spin around the country to see it before he died. I think he had cancer at the time. So he got this big camper and he got his poodle named Charlie and they just toured the whole country. So, and it was a really funny book. But I just learned in doing research for book club that there's a sequel to this. So I'm going to read the sequel. It's something with Thursday. I'll look it up.
I am not going to read the sequel.
No.
I don't want to do this book.
You might find out what
I
happened.
saw it on Goodreads when because it shows you like part 1 and part 2. Now I can't remember what it is.
All right. So how many people didn't like the book at all? 5, 6.
Sweet Thursday.
Yeah, that's the sequel. So I really wish we knew who it was that was taking this to their desert island, because that would maybe help us out in our insight as to why,
So I looked at this spreadsheet the other day and it was row 50, I believe. But, you get people who have duplicates that you don't count on separate rows. So we can't say that it's, number, Meet the Nation 47 or 50,
Yeah, and I didn't do it exactly,
Yeah.
But I don't remember at all someone picking it either.
Can we talk about the dead woman? Like, is there some kind of connection to like the specimens that he kills? Because they describe him like being really easy on killing. Right? Does he kill the woman or does he find her dead?
He finds her.
He finds her and then he's like, all right, bye. There's a dead lady back here. I gotta go. I have all these octopi.
Yeah.
That was weird to me.
Yeah.
And it's like the police will give you they pay a bounty if you report a dead person, but they don't have questions about like how the hell the dead person's there.
Yeah.
I mean, this is in the 40s, so I guess maybe things are a bit different. Seems weird.
It's an era where you give your truck to homeless guys to go, get some frogs too. So.
Did I miss it? Was it set in the 40s or was it in the? Is that when it was set?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like Depression.
The Depression.
I was thinking 30 to 30s, but I didn't see where it said anywhere specifically.
It was written in 1945.
Okay.
Maybe it's in the introduction that no one read.
Like, I don't know where I gleaned that from, but
Like so long.
Maybe it was like the back of the book or something like that or like in the preface or something.
I'll research it.
Everybody I told that I was reading this book, they all said that I should read Travels with Charlie. So.
Oh.
I've read that one. That was a good one.
Who said that? Alex. Okay.
Maybe that's the big takeaway.
Has anybody else been to Canary Row? It's like a handful of people. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. It's really freaky running in the dark there by yourself.
Oh, tell us about that.
I didn't run there.
Well, I went there last October, and we stayed right on the water, right on Canary Row. And my cousin was there for a yoga convent, like she was teaching at a yoga conference or something. And so I got up at like 4:30 in the morning and I ran to her hotel. And then we did a short run. And then I dropped her off at her hotel and then I ran back. And I ran along the path that goes toward the wharf and then I guess further north because it goes up and around. And it's lit up, but it's not like super bright. But it was just kind of, I don't know, it was a little unnerving. And then the closer that I got to Canarry Row, there's kind of bigger parking lots, and there would be like this random, like the white van with no windows that you don't ever want to go by. and so I purposely like manipulated where I was running, and I started running a lot faster. And then I got down to like the start of the row, and it was really dark there. And so I was just like freaking booking it to my hotel. So my headlamp wasn't working real well. So it's just freaky.
Wow.
It says one of the major ideas of the book is overcoming superficial views of people.
You say that.
And prostitutes.
What?
It says Steinbeck expresses an respect for prostitution.
Yes.
The correct term now is sex work.
Sex worker.
All right, well, that's it. So that
So,
adjourn the book club. Are we done?
what else do people talk about at book clubs?
I don't know. I've never been in a book club. We need like an expert to like walk us through it.
Are we supposed to reflect on shit? Like, ooh, this is how it ties to my life and stuff, or what?
Yes, Angela. Tell us how it relates to your life.
As a sex worker? No.
Or yeah, or
I'm not going there.
As a former homeless person.
Did you live in a flop house, Angela?
In college? Oh, so in college? At Duluth, I was in a house and the drain didn't connect to the main PVC pipe in the basement. So everything that went down the kitchen drain went in the basement. It's terrible.
Ooh.
So then you end up taking the bucket because I'm like, I felt, although I was a renter, you feel responsible. The two dudes I was living with are both stoners. They were not responsible at all. That's why all the stuff got put in my name. Bad choice. But then taking the bucket and scooping it out and then walk it in the backyard and dump it in the corner by the fence. Just all like the stuff. Yeah.
I think all the houses that the college students live in Duluth are like that, because I don't think there was one that my son lived in that was like, I just had to turn around and get out of there. They also all smelled like pot. So
yeah. So what's everyone's nearest flop house experience or experiences?
I had friends in college who lived in a house that was kind of like that, and I don't think there was insulation in the walls, maybe, so they didn't heat it. So like they had a white elephant Christmas party one year, and they were like, "Oh, we turned the heat on for you guys," and we're all sitting there like, "Okay, thank you," you know. So and it was just a disgusting dive. Like I don't know how they lived in that place.
I had really gigantic rats in my college apartment.
Oh.
Like big. I wanted to know if anyone has read Catch-22.
Nope.
No.
Because I started to read that book and could not make it through at all. But the whole time I was reading this book, I was like, oh, this is like Catch-22, except I'm enjoying it, and I finished it. I was wondering if anyone else felt the same way.
I was supposed to read Catch-22 in high school, and I read like the first quarter of it and then gave up on it and fudged my way through the essay.
Yeah,
so I disliked it just as much as this one. So
I'm not sure if I would have made it through this book if it wasn't for this book club. I'm pretty sure I just would have put it down.
Yes. Same.
Agree.
Not sure how you're going to feel about the Bible, too, when we get to that one.
That
It was only for the Audible. It was like 5.5 hours, and if you listen to that on a little bit higher speed, you get through it pretty quick. I got my chores done and listened to the book, so it worked.
Was it a good reader? I mean, was the person that was talking?
Yeah, pretty good. Otherwise, I would have abandoned it 10 minutes in.
How many people just read the same thing over and over again and are like,
What they just fucking say? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting warmed up. What? What are you doing? Are you by a fire? What's happening? Oh, you're gonna get drunk.
Holly,
Yeah. What?
are you who's getting drunk?
Well, the boys.
Oh, okay, sorry.
They were like gonna get warmed up, and I had to reread that sentence like a million times, amongst other things, because I didn't know what the fuck they were talking about.
I thought you were yelling at someone on the street.
No,
So did I.
there's families and children out. Not this time.
Did you read the whole book, Holly?
What's that?
Did you read the whole book, Holly?
I did. I read the whole fucking book.
Yeah, Holly.
I didn't want to. I think, like whoever said it earlier, they just said it. I'm just not looking at my phone. I don't think I would have put it down and forgotten about it for like years had it not been for the book club.
Yeah.
It was
I'm
difficult
glad I
to
read
start
it. I'm glad I read it. It was good. It kind of makes me want to like go back and reread the first part that I just kind of half-assed, you know? Maybe a little
It's
bit.
also a very good movie with Nick Nolte and Deborah Winger.
You watched the movie?
Whoa. Yep.
I thought the movie was stupid.
I loved it. The movie was panned as being a failure, but I thought it was delightful.
No, my dad is definitely a fan of the movie, but I have not seen it yet because I wanted to like, I mix up books and movies if there's anything different. So I wanted to wait till we have this Zoom to like, so I wasn't like confusing the two, just in case there was differences.
And if you
That
know
makes
John
sense.
Sharp, the movie Nick Nolte will remind you of John Sharp. He's a ringer for him.
And I think the movie is actually a combination of the two books, right? Canarry Row and Sweet Thursday. I don't think it's just Canarry Row.
Is it?
Yeah, I believe so. Because there's so much of the movie that was not Canarry Row. So I'm a little interested to read Sweet Thursday, but I don't think enough to actually do it.
No, I feel like now I will need to read that before I watch the movie then.
Yeah.
Is the party, like the second party, the good party, is that fun in the movie? How did they do that?
It's weird. It's very weird.
It was weird in the book.
It was weird.
It was weird in the book.
The
Yeah.
homeless guys dress up like trees.
They dress up like the Seven Dwarfs because it's a Snow White theme. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. So.
This book, I guess what I didn't like about the book is that it was like, it really took the long way around and had so much irrelevant, like just stuff I didn't care about, just to tell me that there was a party that wasn't good and then they wanted to throw a good party. Like,
How many of you are drunk?
I mean, they didn't even have the first party until like over halfway through the book. I'm like, oh, please.
It's a very short book, Jada.
I know, but it was irritating because I had to listen to a bunch of stuff about frogs and a dead lady that we never even got back to. Some guy having hallucinations. This gopher, like, what the hell did the gopher have to do with anything?
I think that it depends on what you're looking for in the book, I guess. Like, if you want a book to have a plot, this is not the book you want to read. Like, it's I'm like trying to figure out what would they even put in a movie. There's a couple parties, but most of it is them sitting around drinking.
Yeah.
How much like each other, which is fine with me. I like his writing enough that I don't mind talking about frogs and that kind of stuff. But if you want something that is plot driven, this is not it.
Yeah, it was tough for me. I did like at the party though, when they got in a fight and the police came and they were like hiding in the dark giggling. I thought that was like a real nice little add-in that they put in there. I thought that was fun writing.
Yeah, I didn't really start liking
the
it.
one thing I enjoyed in the whole book though.
I started liking it when they started looking for the going on their journey to get the frogs, because that seemed like it was more storytelling, and stuff was taking place and you could feel that something was going to happen here, and so it felt more like it was easier to follow.
Yeah, that was the best part.
And then I was pissed when they never went, like the never going back to the dead girl, but then never going back to oh, what was his name? The mechanic.
The
Gay, yeah. And then Gay, goes off and does his thing and never comes back. And then they never really say anything except for, I think toward the end, they said something about him maybe.
Didn't he get out of prison somehow?
Yeah, he got a
They say
furlough.
he
got out for the party.
Yeah.
Then they don't mention him. He's not mentioned at the party at all. Like they say it's the furlough and the sheriff comes, but then he's not in the party at all.
Yeah.
He's a dick because he left them.
Well, he is. And then the whole Frankie thing, that seemed like it was building up to something that totally disappointed me, and it didn't go anywhere.
It's a tiny bit racist.
Oh, tiny. My
just a
God.
joke.
And misogynist. Well, okay,
You
I guess
think?
I don't know if I can say that. But when oh, what's her name? The boiler lady. The people who lived in the boiler.
The curtains.
She's
It's
like,
oh,
the
all ladies want curtains. Okay.
Oh, okay, because all women want curtains.
There was a running theme too of all the men with wives had hated their lives after they got married and oh, those women, they never stopped wanting things.
I like the character, the lady who put on the parties with the cats. She was my favorite.
Of course you loved her.
I was like, her and I could be friends.
But it was also oh, this guy beats on his wife, but that's okay because his wife beats on him back. It's no, that's not okay. Neither one of those are okay.
But it's funny. But right, yeah, not okay. I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was good. I don't know. I told my little sister, I was like, you should read this. It's gonna suck at first, but you should read it. It's cute.
Meanwhile, I told my mom some stuff about it, and she's like, I'm glad you have to read it and not me, because I don't want to read that.
That's awesome.
She's a big reader. She reads everything she can. She's like, I'm not reading
Oh.
that. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
But this book is short enough that if you don't like it, you can just grit it out. I mean, it's not like Moby Dick where you have 2 whole chapters of explaining the different kinds of whales and you're just what? And there's fucking 900 pages to go. I mean, this is just tiny,
I enjoy short chapters. I think because I get distracted easily and then I can kind of do other shit and finish a chapter and then do something else and then finish the chapter.
Yeah, that was me this afternoon. I was alternating chapters with work.
Okay.
60 pages left this morning when I woke up.
So is this a book club tradition that no matter what, you're just going to always be reading it the day of the book club? Me and Angela talked about that, how often should we have it and how much should we read? And then we thought a book a month would probably be right.
Yeah, I think for this, right, exactly. The length of this book was good for a month. I mean, Scott, not all of us are like you and can just pummel out a book.
And this, we had less than a month too.
Yeah, short period.
So, shorter period.
In all fairness, I had the book for 3 weeks from the library, and it was just poor time management on my part. Reading it before, I was reading another book, and I was I can totally finish this and get that one done. And the next thing I knew, it was Sunday night, and I was fuck, it's in 3 days.
Hey, I just downloaded it today, double speed, got through it.
Wow.
Wow.
Audio, not reading, please.
So I don't mean any disrespect to the group because I know I picked the book and I tried getting it. My library is quarantining books for 2 weeks before they release them. So I put it on hold at the end of August and they said we're quarantining books. And I'm I need this for a book club. So that's why I got it just today.
Why are
Ours was doing that 3 months ago, I feel like. I think they've stopped.
Silly. I don't understand.
But you can get it on Kindle for $4.99.
It was $1.33 for a while.
See?
Yep, I got it for $1.33.
And that's
Thank
why
you.
if somebody's having financial issues, that the 10 Joke Miles will
Credit.
for you,
Yes.
I think if on Kindle you went back and selected different editions, you got to the one that was $1.33. The $5 one popped up at first, but then you had other versions and it gave me one for $1.50.
Cool.
So,
We could do a deals thing with books too. Just share out.
not in a month. Everyone's waiting until the day before to read it. How's that going to work?
We'll get better.
So it should always be a book a month? Is that what we were deciding?
I like that.
Yeah.
Should work.
There are some long books on the list too.
Yes, like the Bible.
Like the Bible.
But excluding,
That's for sure next.
Well,
Right?
not it for the Bible.
Not it.
aren't there some wizard books on there too that will be like this big?
Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's written at like a second grade reading level.
I've never read
Like
it.
cat
You
and a
can
half,
cruise
cat,
through
cat,
those
cat,
Harry
cat.
Potter books.
Wizard
Those are an
books,
easy
Angela.
read.
Harry Potter real quick.
All right, that was my book. I'll fight y'all. So
I'm not saying that I don't like reading stuff at a second grade reading level. Sometimes it's fun, you know?
Is this book list that's in the Nation on Facebook, is that the Meet the Nation book list or Desert Island list? It's not
No. It's the Desert Island list.
I can't find the Desert Island list.
Hold on. I'll post it in Slack for you.
I'm gonna say do that. I'm boycotting the Facebook.
I'm like, this doesn't look right. But
No, that's not the right one. Yeah, that's just any ones that's been mentioned on the show.
that's what I thought. Okay.
And if anybody needs like a link to it, just ask Oak and he'll send it to you. He'll email him, message him, whatever, post in the Nation, Slack.
Slip into my DMs.
Yeah, anything you need, he's in charge of that. And my understanding is he's the next book picker.
Indeed.
So when you are the picker, like Oak now, he's going to tell us what book we're reading next. And then the Monday before the next book club, he's going to tell Tiff Turtle, you're the next picker. And then she's going to announce the next book at the, whoever it is that he picks. You can pick anybody you want. Don't feel obligated to pick her. We know she's got bad taste in books, for sure.
Oh,
She's from Iowa.
I'm not from fucking Iowa.
Well, Oak, what is the next book, Oak?
Brave New World.
What's that?
I love that book. That's a great
What
book.
is it?
Brave New World. I was trying to pick something that was like similar in length because there are some long books out.
What's it by?
Aldous Huxley, I think, or Huck.
Is this like high
Isn't it
school
a Huxley
English
book?
or something that we're doing? We're picking all the books that we were supposed to read when we were in high school.
And then never did.
We're going to do Tom Sawyer next, and then Catcher in the Rye, Native Son.
So there's a podcast, completely not running related, but it's called Overdue, and it's all about, their little tagline is, we review the books that you should have read in high school. And
cool.
I love that podcast. Actually, Scott, you'd probably really like it because they go over like a lot of the classics, but then they really have some fun with like the 50 Shades of Grey series. And that shit's hysterical because they're like a little prudish trying to like critically review the 50 Shades books, and they're very uncomfortable. It's awkward and funny. But yeah, Overdue is awesome. Just a little plug for that. I listen to it a lot.
Well, and if someone picks a book that's longer, we could just say we'll do half and half. I mean, that's not the end of the world.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, even if it was like 1,000 pages long, you got a month. That's 30 days, 1,000 pages. You could do that, right? No.
Says the guy with no kids.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll
Well,
figure it out.
we can just talk about it when it happens and say I think it's long. Like Brave New World is not long, right? How many pages is it? Do we know?
It's like 284, so it's.
Oh.
We're gonna have to break that up into 3 weeks for Jada.
It's gonna require slightly better time management on some of
Alex is going 2 days out.
Yeah.
Just put it in the special room.
put that
for
shit
Jay
on
that
hold
she'll
at the
read it
library
then.
right now.
You need to read 10 pages a day.
Yeah. If it's on Kindle, just do a percentage. Break it out. I just did 10% a day. And then I was like, okay, I'm done. I got to 20% today,
Guys, you know what I found at Walgreens today?
What?
Wet wipes. I haven't found them since like March.
Oh.
Sorry, totally off the subject.
I thought you were going to say the candy corn from
That's
Thanksgiving.
what I
flavors.
was like, what? Because I haven't been able to find any of it.
They finally have wipes back.
Jada, I'll send you my leftover bag. Like if you want some, we just are not
Terrible.
Cool.
This is a great joke on somebody.
No.
Turkey dinner.
Yeah, I really want to try. I stopped at 4 stores the other day and nobody had it. So apparently in Washington they were like, nah, we're good.
So if you take the beauty of regular candy corn and you take it and you say dissolve a packet of like the chicken spice stuff from a ramen packet, and then you roll the candy corn deliciousness in that spice packet, that's the turkey.
Oh my gosh, I gotta try it.
Oh my
What?
god.
What is this?
This is like two raccoons talking. It's terrible. Yes.
Couple of trash pandas.
Brave New World on Kindle is 99 cents.
Ooh.
Well, go scoop that shit up.
Ooh.
And it's 227.
Okay, right now.
227.
Okay.
You only got to read somebody did the math on that.
It's like 8 pages a day or something.
8
right?
pages a day. Even Jada could do that with her 7 kids.
These 7 kids.
Is it weird that we're breaking down our reading like we would our long runs and how long it would take?
Just get aid station to aid station.
Ooh, it's free on Audible with Prime.
Yeah.
Oh. Wait, so
Oh,
if I have
I've
Prime,
listened to it
do I
on
have
Audible.
Audible?
I've read it before, but that might be fun.
Yeah, I
This is the audiobook.
just went on and it said it has the little included thing, so I
I
think
just bought it.
when they say that, that means that it's free if you have Prime.
It's a free.
It's a free. Yeah. It's free.
And if you need a pacer, Oak will pace you doing it.
Now, do we know who picked Brave New World as their book? Okay. And who has already read A Brave New World?
I might have.
So a lot of people are going to be first timers. That's going to be cool.
What's it about?
Wild. It's really wild.
Just
But
don't.
When are we doing the next one?
Hmm?
When are we doing
When's the next meeting?
Oh, like a month from now. So should we just always do it on the Wednesday or what day is it today? Wednesday? Yeah.
Monday's good for me.
Wednesday.
That would be the
14th,
14th.
right?
14th.
Yeah.
That's right after dots.
Yeah.
Oh.
Say the 14th.
See, you'll be soaring. You
Put our feet up.
You put it on the Audible
I'll be
during the
tapering,
run.
so
You're good to go.
There you go. Yeah, you could do it while you're running.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have the
that's a
permit,
good
but
idea.
the DNR guy said, based on everything, we're going to get a permit for 50 people. So
that's
You
so
don't have one yet?
no, they don't give it to you until like right before, but they give you like preliminary okay, you know. And then in Belleville, they're cool with it, and Dot's Tavern is cool with it. So, you know,
I bet they're excited.
Yeah, I mean, they wish we had more people. They're sad about that.
What am I gonna do if I'm still like quarantined from Wisconsin from work? I guess I'll just have to run it in Illinois, right?
Well, you can't run the race in Illinois because it's happening in Wisconsin.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying.
You could sell your bib to somebody.
I'm still gonna run the race.
Well, you won't be. You'll be 0. Will be your total.
No. Not fair.
We're not doing any of this virtual bullshit. All right.
No, I know,
Like
but
Shalini.
I'm just down the trail. Can't I just like tell you every time I do 4.1?
Yeah, well, let's all do. Well, I'll do that for everybody. Everybody
cool.
can just run wherever they want.
Good.
How many miles you went? That's how.
Holly, wait. So there's still this you can't cross over the state line situation, or is that just Chicago?
No,
right?
This is so work has a list, and then Chicago has a list, and they're fucking different. And I don't know what the difference is, but work is going by the John Hopkins list, and for whatever fucking reason, they can't tell me why, but they picked 10% as the borders, or like the limit. So like if a state is over 10% positivity rate, you're not allowed to go there, and if you do, you have to quarantine. And so on and so forth. So Wisconsin just got added while I was in Wisconsin. But it's already coming down a percent. I think it's just from like all the UW kids. So I think once that like resolves, it will go back to normal, right?
Well, unfortunately, we got the Labor Day possible spike coming up too. So
True. Yeah, that's true. So I get, as long as, I mean, I can't really go into Wisconsin. If work finds out, I'm fucked. Like I'm in big trouble.
Yeah, but that's not for another month.
Right.
So, you know, as an example, this morning, me and my wife had a discussion about her job, and she was kind of projecting. And then she talked to the CEO, and then she was like, "Oh, the CEO says no matter what, she wants me to stay there," and blah, you know. And then like, well, everything changes every day, you know. Just you gotta roll with. How many times, Holly, have I talked you off a fucking ledge? Like 10 times, right?
I'm probably gonna cry about this tomorrow.
When you're high.
All right, so let's have another club, and that's what movie does Holly need to watch tomorrow when she's high at my house? So far, the number one, like my wife says she has to watch because she said she hadn't, is Pretty in Pink. Yes. She's like, how could she have never seen that movie?
Oh yeah. How about 16 Candles?
I've seen it.
Another one.
Okay.
I like Breakfast Club. I think I heard Breakfast Club is better than Pretty in Pink, but
I would
the
say
same
Breakfast
girl,
Club is
right?
better than Pretty in Pink.
Yes.
But Pretty in Pink.
Yeah, you need to watch Pretty in
The
Pink.
Wall when you're high.
Which one?
The Wall. Pink Floyd, The Wall.
It's not bad when you're high. It's way better when you're on acid, though.
I'd say any of the Beatles movies would probably be pretty good when you're high.
You know, my wife was saying one of the things that might be really good high is Xanadu,
No, I already saw parts of that.
but not high.
No, not high.
It's like I watched Pink Floyd The Wall, not high, and then I watched it high.
I don't
Totally
like
different.
high. This is going to be a fun time for me.
It might be. She's also never seen Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I know.
Oh shit!
What?
I haven't
You've not seen Back to the
I love
Future
that
either?
movie. It's
No,
so good.
I've seen that.
You've seen Back to the Future?
Yeah, not all of them, but the first one I know. At least I've seen that one.
That's our Fast Times at Ridgemont High is just like me in high school. Like it's like iconic what it was like to be in high school for me.
Where's George?
As Spicoli?
Yes. No, I wasn't Spicoli. I don't know who I was. That's a good question. I was a little bit of all of them, I think. But you know that's a true story, right?
I never heard that. What?
So Cameron Crowe, after he got done writing for Rolling Stone, his next project was to write a book called Fast Times at Ridgemont High. And he was 20, and he went undercover for a whole year in high school. Did a whole year as a high school student, and then he wrote the book about it. And all of the stories are based on people that were actually there. And then that class actually had like a reunion, and it was in the New York Times that, they were the people that were from that movie. But yeah, that's what that movie's about.
I don't know how. I never heard that. I wonder if my husband has. That's like his favorite movie. He can recite all the lines from that movie. It's obnoxious.
And the book is out of print. You can't find it, but he says he's going to bring it back. So yeah, so that's. I mean, I don't know what other movies we had on the list, but she's never seen Clerks. But I don't know about that for like being high. That might not be that good.
Well, I mean, I'm only going to be high for like a little bit. It's going to wear off, and then I'm just going to. I don't know.
Be in pain?
Maybe.
It'll be fine. You'll be fine.
You'll be fine. Mm-hmm.
Did somebody pick Clockwork Orange?
As
That
the movie?
Be high.
Yeah.
I would not want that as my desert island movie, though.
Well, no, but for some reason I was thinking that somebody had picked that, but
I don't think so.
I actually watched A Clockwork Orange high and freaked out and couldn't watch the rest of it and never watched it again.
Nice.
That freaked me the fuck out.
That's awesome.
Oh, Memento.
Nobody picked Clockwork Orange.
I should
gonna
put
be
my
high,
hat
you should
in
watch.
for the nation. Huh.
Princess Bride is still in the lead.
Because it's an
Good
amazing.
movie.
It is
It's
an
so
amazing
good.
movie.
And then Almost Famous and Fight Club are tied for second.
Fight Club.
I watched Fight Club the other day. I love that movie.
That was my pick.
That's a
Movie
book too.
Yep. Very different. I mean, similar, but different.
I like all of his books. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Chuck Palahniuk.
So it's Mexico's 4th of July or Independence Day. Not 4th of July. It's Mexico's Independence Day today. And there's just a lot of loud noises everywhere.
There's not a shooting in my neighborhood.
There's gonna be lots of fireworks all
Oh,
night long.
oh, I feel like that could happen in my neighborhood then.
I just like hear constant bass like going around the corner of my apartment, like by the street.
Where's Adam and Mandy?
Oh, Mandy. I don't know. Losers.
I'm gonna send them the link. You don't have to read the book to come to book club either.
Oh.
No.
Clearly.
Yeah. Moderator.
Dr.
So I'm not supposed to read this month, right?
Yes, is that the chooser
We're
just
gonna
has to
con-
read the book?
No.
Now I want to read it though. Since I have it, I can't wait to read it. So maybe that's a thing. Oh, don't read it. We're gonna see if we can convince you to read it.
So my wife's like comment the other day after we spoke, Angela, was, "Man, I'm jealous of your book club," because she saw like the notification of like the book shipping.
You can join us.
Well, she can come to the book club, can't she?
I think she's capable.
Who dat?
So Jada, what's the name of that podcast? You said Overdue, but there's like a couple Overdue podcasts.
I think it's like Overdue Pod or something, actually, that simple.
There's like multiple. There's two that are called Overdue Podcast.
Yeah, if you go to overduepodcast.com, that's the one. I don't know how it will look in your preferred podcast player.
Okay, Cobb. What album do I have to correct? I missed.
Where is it? Row 11. It's Clumsy. CLUMSY. Not Crumsy.
I try to explain to everybody that I don't care about spelling at all, but a lot of spelling sticklers around here.
I can read Scott's like typo language now.
I have a correction too. Row 61, the band, it's Pup, P-U-P, not Puck. And the album is also Pup.
P-U-P?
Yep, like a puppy, Pup.
Rachel, I read the book that you recommended a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah? What'd you think?
Yeah. I thought it was interesting, but it was like terrible timing to read it. We were also having really bad like smoke from wildfires here then, so it like looked like a dystopian universe outside, so it was like kind of eerie to be reading it, I felt like. But it was really like I couldn't put it down.
What was that?
Was that Station
I
11?
couldn't put it down. It was really good.
Station 11.
Yeah, that was a really good book.
Station 11?
Yeah, but it even more and so
Don't
now.
read it, Holly. It's on the book club list.
Yeah, we'll read it for book club eventually, I'm sure.
Okay,
but
cool.
Post-pandemic dystopian wasteland.
Yeah, there's another one
Our
called
future.
The End of October that I just got done reading. That was a pandemic book. It was pretty good.
The skies here are still like fucked up from, I mean, even in the Midwest, we're getting like hazy, like it's not clear, it's like weird out. It's just all from the smoke.
One of these
Yeah, I had
astrophysics in a hurry.
Oh, take that shit off.
I'm just going to correct the spelling.
Oh.
I'm in a big hurry when I'm doing this and I'm podcasting at the same time. You know?
Yeah.
Always in a hurry.
Have Jamie do it.
Yeah.
Jamie.
Two people picked The Old Man in the Sea. Two people
I've read that.
Who picked that? I hate that book. I read that when I was in Cuba, and it was so slow.
I think we had to read it for school, and I hated it also.
Didn't John Sharp pick that one?
Ugh, that's another book where nothing happens.
A Prayer for Owen Meaning by John Irving. Two people have picked. And The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Two people have picked. Although I misspelled both words on that.
So does that mean it's in the hat twice or just once?
Just once.
Oh. That makes
Well, I mean, it doesn't.
Calvin and Hobbes. That'd be a good one.
It's not in a hat, Holly. No one's picking a random. They're just looking at the list and selecting one.
Hitchhiker's a nice fast read too.
That's a good book. I like that.
Yeah, that feels like it has some plot to it though.
I think that was Simon
But
remember who the other one? Oh, we got Tim Noakes, The Lore of Running. That's only like 1,000 pages long too.
I'll skip that month.
What is a muscle? And then it's like right there.
The Green Mile is pretty long too.
That one is long, and it takes at least half the book to get into it too. That was one that I really wanted to put down, and it was really hard to keep picking it up. And then as soon as it clicked, then it was great, but it took a long time.
Isn't that one in like sections? Like, isn't it like a collection or something? Or am I wrong?
I think he released it like in sections in a newspaper or something, I want to say.
Okay.
But it is in one book. But yeah, I think he did release it like in sections, like you said.
I've read that.
Good one.
I'm putting in the Slack that the next book club book is A Walk in the Woods. Just to fuck with Steve Kersey. For some reason, he gets triggered by that.
I hate that damn book. I'm not quite Tercy level on it, but it bugs me.
It's really interesting to me that the Slack seems to be full of people that are extremely hard on very, very minute issues, you know? Like, it's like things that don't really matter at all, and they all believe that they know the one true way to do them. It's
like a hot dog is a sandwich.
Yeah,
like butter, salted versus unsalted.
Yeah,
that was
Oh, you gotta use the salted.
You always use.
We can't talk about who picked A Walk in the Woods.
Yeah, these people, they've been watching the cooking shows, and if you like read like cooking stuff, it always says don't use salted butter because they don't.
You want to be able to control your salt levels and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and the idea is that you're not smart enough to like salt to taste anymore. They have to tell you how much salt to put in. Like when I was a chef, everything was just salt and pepper to taste. So now they're like, oh, we can't use salted butter because then it's going to be too salty. It's never. It's not going to happen.
If you're baking, it messes with the chemistry.
If you're baking, yes, but you can still get around it. I mean,
I heard you don't necessarily need salt when you're baking. Always.
You don't.
No, most recipes for baking are unsalted. A lot of them.
Well, they usually call for salt too. I just buy salted butter and then I don't add salt to the recipe if I use salt.
There you go.
I think
my cookies turn out flat.
Nothing has ever been too salty because you use this salted butter. It's too salty because you added more damn salt.
Ah, I see.
That's what I said. I said 8 years of working in kitchens and training under a chef, and I've never in my life heard it's too salty because we use salty butter. It's never happened.
God.
I do salted butter when I'm making fudge, but other than that, I just buy whatever the hell I feel like.
Holly, how many times have we gotten fudge from Jada sent to 10 Junk Miles? Thank you.
Does it travel well? I could send you guys some.
I mean, we've gotten beef jerky, alcohol, Dots, pretzels, Pringles, lots of fucking shit in the mail. Why not fudge?
All right.
I mean, they probably melted, so fudge will travel, right?
Let's give it a whirl.
Maybe that's a winter package, not a mid-August package.
Yeah, that's smart right there. That's smart.
Yeah, especially if someone like Ed Pedrosa's delivering it.
The Chicago USPS in general right now is really kind of on the shit list. So
Yeah, Angela sent something to us like a month ago and still not here.
I sent something to Holly and on Thursday or Wednesday, and it's supposed to get there on Tuesday, and it got there on Monday.
All your race packets got out in like 2 days.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Yeah. I was
But
shocked.
Angela sent something to us about a month ago. And Holly sent me coffee too about a month ago. Remember?
I remember. And it showed up like a month later.
Yeah.
This time I'm hand delivering. I don't know why I fucking sent that shit. That was stupid.
Yeah. I don't know why you're mailing something to someone you see like 3 times a month anyway.
I wanted it to be like a surprise.
Yeah.
Plus
Shay's
I-
leaving.
Yeah, no.
Good book club. See you guys next month. All right.
Bye, Shay.
Well, we said it was going to be an hour, so we have 6 minutes left to fill.
Oh, you did?
No.
Oh.
We got people showing up late.
Who's showing up late?
Oh no, that's Eric. He was driving his truck and now he's back.
I was a little late because I was running.
Yeah.
Just gonna say, I think you were late. Not to name names.
Your mama looks like she's in
Oh, yeah.
Vietnam or something. Look like you're in a tiki hut somewhere.
You know, are you in a chicken coop?
My porch thing.
You got the cat tree.
Cat tree. It's the catio.
Let me see
Like
the cat tree.
Catio.
Yeah. Cats hang out. Did you hear them meowing? They were, because we have 5. They were all like out here trying to escape.
I didn't know if it was you or if it was Tiffany's cat that was meowing. Hers like to do that too.
5 cats and chickens. Nice.
Do you think the cats and the chickens would play nice?
Yes. Well, not all. Mine. Yes. But
Okay.
noise when they identify the cat, like a kind of prowling, and they make a different noise to identify there's a predator. That's what I think. Like a warning call.
Oh.
Holly, what are you drinking?
So this is a new beer. It is, let me see. My sister from Rochester, Minnesota bought it, so I feel like it's from Minnesota, but I'm not sure. It's from Insight Brewery.
Beer 6 hours before your, or 12, less than 12 hours before your surgery?
After 3 a.m., I can't have anything. It's a citrus IPA. It's all right.
From where? What brewery?
Insight Brewing. I don't like it when the cans are hard to read. Oh, it's whoa! It's from Denmark.
Ooh.
HJARTBRO Denmark. How do you fucking say that?
Carefully.
We need
Yeah.
Nathan in here to help
I
us.
can't even say it, but it's like a, oh, what? That's backwards. What's it called? Trollway. Got a little troll butt.
And what made you pick up Brave New World?
Oak.
Oak still here?
Wake up.
Hello.
I was trying to look for books that, so originally I was like, oh, I had like it mixed up between the like all-time book list versus like the Desert Island book. And I was like, oh, I'm going to pick a Jill Homer book. And then I was like, oh no, it comes from the Desert Island. Scanned it and I was like, I guess I'm not picking a Jill Homer.
I mean, we could change the rule and say it could be a book that we've talked about on the show too. I'm not opposed to that.
No. So I started perusing and I was like, oh, I haven't read this. Sounds kind of interesting. So
you pick something you haven't read.
yeah.
What did you pick for your Desert Island book?
The Great Bridge. We don't want to read that in 1 month.
Is it too long?
Yeah, it's like 700 pages. It's really good, but most of you would probably kill me.
Thanks for being honest.
Yeah, nobody fucking picked that shit.
No. It's awesome. Next person should pick that, and then the whole book club is just us hating Oak the whole time. What the fuck? Who would ever want to read this book?
It was crazy. Like, it's a great book, But yeah, you all would kill me.
Torah's on here too.
Who?
Torah. Some of them are just like, you know.
Oh, the Torah.
How to find your way without a map or a compass.
No, we can't read that. I want like entertainment.
Yeah, we might have to,
my-
add the running books too to it.
Do we though?
Someone's got Born to Run on there.
I saw that.
Who picked that?
Yeah, I could read that shit again. That'd probably be okay.
I love this list of books though. It's so
It's like everywhere.
yeah, it's all over the place, and that's really fun. Like some of these I've read, some I've never even heard of, some have been on my like I'll get to it list. This is great.
Illusions by Richard Bach. That's really short. That's a great.
I love that book.
Yeah, that's a really good book. You
Oh my
can
God,
probably read that in a day.
19-year-old Jada loved that book so much.
Oh, that's cute.
You could read that in one day.
Yeah.
Are we sticking with Brave New World?
Brave New World is the next book. Yeah.
Oh, The Stand is on there too. That'd be a rough one in a month. That's
Yeah. That's a good book, but that's a long book.
super
I have
hard in the
that
second
one.
half too.
Team of Rivals, that's about Lincoln. That's 1,000 pages.
No.
All I know is I listened to that book back when you got CDs from the library and stuck them in your car. That was 40 CDs.
Oh.
So maybe we should say anything over 500 pages we break up into two.
I'm trying to read this right now in between all.
What's that? You have to
I
show
know this
it.
is true.
Wally Lamb.
I waited on him
Is
once.
that Wally Lamb?
Yeah.
Pull up the front of the book.
Hold up the front of the book. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's by Wally Lamb, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I love him so much.
Is it a good book?
Yes, it's amazing.
I'm only on page 81.
It's really good.
I waited on him as a waiter at the Printers Row Book Fair.
Really?
In the restaurant I was working at.
Really?
Yep.
Was he nice?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Didn't he write that other book about the guy with the brother with the you and me were talking about, Holly, with the
Yeah, this is it.
Oh.
He has schizophrenia, his twin has schizophrenia, and he doesn't.
It's a Netflix show.
What's
Yeah,
the title of it? Because I can't see you, Holly.
I know this much is true.
Okay, that's what I thought it was. Yes, I've read that one.
I love all his
a long
books.
time ago.
I'm not very far.
Yeah, it's a long book, and there's a big chunk of it that, yeah, it's good though.
Okay.
Maybe you should bring it tomorrow, and then when you're weepy, you can read your book.
I don't think I'll be able to read.
You're not having anything done to your eyes, are you?
No.
Usually when you're coming out of anesthesia though, you're not feeling like reading.
No.
I mean, for me anyways. Holly might be different. She might be an avid reader when she's all messed up on her.
No.
Have you had anesthesia before? Have you been under anesthesia before?
Yeah, so I've had my wisdom teeth pulled in 2009, actually.
Because like when I had my wisdom teeth done, they overdid my anesthesia and I was like so loopy. And then I had knee surgery like, I don't know, a few years later. And they gave me, I was super excited. I was like, oh great, I'll sleep for like a week. It's gonna be awesome. And I came out of it totally lucid, like totally aware of everything. And I was like, well, this fucking sucks.
Yeah. I don't know what to expect, but I think, I mean, when I did it, I had like this one, and this one pulled in 2009, and I was like way out of it, and I woke up weepy, and by the end of the day, I was fine. And this time they're doing, and that was with gas, and this time they're doing IV. I don't know what the difference is, but I'm only getting these two done. One fucking grew back. Nobody can explain how that fucking happened to me. I don't know.
You're a
It's
mutant.
there.
When I went in for one of my follow-ups for my extraction, I could hear this like quiet sobbing in the background. And the nurse said, I'm sorry about that sobbing. When we put people under and if they're crying, they'll cry the entire time they're under. I'm like, oh my God. Yeah.
That is interesting.
I just had a local for mine, for my extraction and all that other stuff. So
because you're a beast.
That's right.
I had a lot after because I was so loopy from the drugs. I was like trying to eat a milkshake and I had it go all the way down like my face because I couldn't feel my face. And my dad like looks in the rearview mirror and he's like, "Oh, ow," and I just started crying and I fell asleep. Same thing.
I also had a
The
milkshake
mashed
accident
potatoes,
after.
and they were just going like this, so they had to get me a mirror so I could see my mouth to put the mashed potatoes in my mouth.
Oh my
I
god.
don't really plan on eating anything for like 24 hours.
You'll be fine.
Yeah. Be good.
All right. Well, I guess that's it for book club.
We're good, right?
Unless anybody else has anything they want to add.
Oh, thanks for organizing.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Scott.
We'll set
Thanks
the
for
thing
picking a
up
book,
for the
Ange.
14th next month. Brave New World. Oak, you're the mediator. You better have your shit kind of dialed in better than Freed Mom. I want some questions, maybe. If you want to
No.
questions ahead of time, things to think about, maybe.
Oh. Did you guys read the introduction for the Canarry Row?
No, it wasn't on the $1.33 version.
Okay, so I read it after I read the book because I started reading it and I'm like, this is stupid, I can't read this. And then I read the book and I'm like, I should read the introduction. So I read the introduction. And there were some cool points in there.
Can we talk about book entry stuff? Where, like, not this, but books I've read have prefaces and a prologue and an introduction. And I'm like, just start the fucking book. Like, how much do you have to explain about the book before you start?
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
And any book that has like a cast of characters at the beginning, I'm out. Like, I don't do that. Like, if you need to explain it because it's so like it's so either detailed or just convoluted, like, and you have to have a cast of characters, like, screw it, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
My husband reads like real detailed like fantasy and sci-fi books like that. I'm like,
Well, anything that takes a paragraph to describe something super simple, I'm out. That's how I was feeling this book was to start with. And I was like, I can't do this. My brain was all over the place. I couldn't remember what I read.
Yeah. I see.
I struggled with that too because they went into such detail about Lee, and I'm like, can you just start it already? I don't care.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about him.
And then they barely talked about him at all.
Yeah.
I am sad we didn't talk about the Gopher more.
Gopher thing really bothered me.
I don't understand. I don't get it. I would walk in my parents' house every day and be like, I don't understand what this has to do with anything. Oh well. We read it.
Yep.
So good.
Yep.
And we still don't know who picked it for the. Mick Swanson picked it. And he couldn't get to the book club on time, he said.
I feel like if you pick the book, you have to be at the club. No?
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I guess that doesn't, you don't have to.
I like that rule, but it'd be hard to enforce.
I'll enforce it.
Yeah. Get Anton. Anton, you need to come to my book club.
Alex, what are you drinking?
Bubbly.
Oh.
I don't drink.
Oh.
Nice.
Cool.
Wait, I have a question about that. The bubbly. Do you feel like it quenches your thirst?
I remember you guys talked about this on the podcast, and I was like, I never thought of it before that, and ever since then, I'm like, I don't know if it does. Sometimes I'll put like a noon cap in the bubbly, and then I kind of feel like it does.
Okay.
But yeah, when we gave up alcohol, we got really heavy into the sparkly.
When did you give up alcohol?
What?
When did you give up the alcohol?
November 1st of last year.
Wow, nice.
Job.
Yeah.
Any
Almost a year.
reason in particular?
Well, my boyfriend quit drinking, and that's his story. I don't know if he's on the Meet the Nation list or not, so I'm not going to share that. And I really hadn't intended to. I was just not going to keep it in the house.
Yeah.
And then, like, next thing I knew, I was like, well, I guess I'm off the booze too. It's been so long. I was like, if I have one beer, I'm going to feel like shit. So I just kind of
Aerosmith right there. Everybody had to get sober to get the one guy sober.
Wait, who?
The rock band Aerosmith.
Yeah, I know them.
They all got sober together because somebody had a bad problem and they wouldn't do it alone.
I love that. That's cool.
I thought Holly was gonna say, "Who's Aerosmith?"
That's what I thought too.
That's it. She's out.
Yeah, someday maybe the other people on the show will get sober in a show of solidarity with me.
We had one we kind of had one the other night.
So kind of sober show is when Holly has 3 drinks in an hour.
No, I had 1 shot of whiskey last time.
No beer?
No.
Oh.
Adam had more than I did.
Well, I promise that if Holly gets really weird, I'll take a video of her.
Please do.
Yeah.
Share that.
They're allowed to take videos of whatever I do.
All right, well then I'll see all of you on the 14th. And then I recorded this. Should I put it on the YouTube channel or not worry about it?
Yeah, do it. Only because then people who couldn't make it can like follow up and listen to it if they want.
Okay.
And really get the details from the book.
Right.
I'll try to link
Excellent
Canarry Row and John Steinbeck as key terms in it so that when people are trying to figure out, like maybe there's like a book club I could listen in on and learn about some insight, they'd be like, these guys are fucking stupid. Why are you even having a book club?
But how funny would it be if they discover
that could be
down the road, meet the listeners. How'd you discover 10 junk miles?
Book club.
Not if you're looking for Steinbeck books.
That would be awesome.
All right, you guys. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.